Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Grace Amoka here, and I'm a proud Nigerian teacher who is glad to share her journey in purpose, passion, and profit. And it's my hope that as you watch my videos, this one especially, you'll be able to understand your place in the world and live fully, authentically, and very boldly. Today, as you have seen in the title, I'm going to be talking about my journey through the classroom into the World Bank. So yes, your classroom teacher got into the World Bank that you know, and I just like to share some of the things that helped me to get that opportunity and how you can get any opportunity that you want in your life. So the first thing I like to talk about is you need to be confident enough to put yourself out there. Why is this important? Because there are people that are watching, so I remember a friend of mine reached out to me and said, oh, there's this opportunity in the World Bank and it totally screams your name. So at the time, the World Bank was looking for young, bright leaders, as they always do, who were interested in education. They had a couple of projects they were working on. And when I saw the application, I didn't really know the gravity of what it was going to be, but I'm the one that always says, give yourself that opportunity, give yourself a chance at the things that you want, and don't disqualify yourself before other people have the chance to disqualify you. So I put in an application, a fantastic application, if I say so myself. And long story short, I remember the day that I got my contract. Oh, before then, there were a series of interviews. And I remember that in one of those interviews, one of the questions I was asked was based on my ability to interpret sign language. And that took the bulk of the entire interview conversation. I mean, I was going to be working in the EdTech department, so it didn't really make sense for us to be talking about sign language. But that goes to show how important every element in your life is. So every story that you have, every opportunity that you've gotten, everything that you have been through, the dots always connect at some point, and it's always relevant in that big picture. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there so that when people see opportunities, they can recommend them to you. The second thing I want to talk about is the place of audacity and just choosing that if anybody deserves this, I deserve it too. So don't be the person that goes about life feeling defeated. As teachers, many times we feel like we're underappreciated, we're bottom rung of society's ladder, we're underpaid, undervalued, and all of those things. And it's okay for someone else to undervalue you, but what isn't okay is you undervaluing yourself. So when you step into the place, you walk in as the valuable human being that you are. Because you're first human before you're a teacher. And teaching is simply one of the ways that you express your godlikeness. So don't go in feeling defeated like, oh, I'm just a teacher, I just talk to small children. No, your job is valuable, which brings me to the third thing. See the value in what you do. Because when you're able to see the value of what you do in the classroom, you'll be able to transfer those skills, the knowledge, your expertise into any other industry. And I strongly believe that you can work in any industry you desire if you put your heart to it. Think about a child learning to walk. Do we look at the child and we're like, this child cannot walk, and that's the end of it? No. But as we grow and become adults, we start to say things like, I can't do this. Every expert had a day one. So anything you want to learn to do and become an expert in, you can start today. This video is proudly sponsored by Multimedia Studios. So give yourself that chance and build yourself and develop yourself into the valuable person that you already are. Some of the transferable skills, for example, that you get from the classroom that can be relevant in any industry. Number one, you're daily researching. If you're a subject teacher or whatever it is you do in the classroom, you're researching on the best way to teach the students that you're working with. That's a valuable skill. So the skill of research can be relevant in almost any industry that you want to work in. Your ability to manage people and manage projects. Because what is a project? A project is simply something that has a start date, it has an end date, and there's a timeline to it, and you're consistently working on projects in your school. So think about ways that you can transfer those skills of project management and people management into whatever other industry that you want to be in. Another skill that you use every day that is relevant in any industry is the skill of communication. In the classroom, we talk a lot about the 21st century skills, the 4 C's: collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. But many times we just say these things as anthems, but we don't really see the practical use of these. So think about the fact that you're talking every day. And of course, communication is much more than speaking. There's a place for feedback. There's a place of understanding the person that you're speaking with, and all of that. But if you're able to take just that skill of communication, anything can be learned. Technical skills can be learned. But these days, people are talking more about soft skills. And if you think about the skills that are relevant for the future of work, communication is a big part of it. So see how your ability to communicate creatively in your classroom can help you in any other industry that you want to work in, yeah? And just before we wrap this entire video up, I'd like to just let you know that I have a course that is called From the Classroom to the Boardroom. And this will help you, number one, find clarity as to what it is you want to do. I don't believe that everybody needs to remain in the classroom. As much as I advocate for teachers and teaching, because we do one of the most important jobs in the world, but not everybody needs to be here. And if you've been feeling a sense of dissatisfaction with the work that you're doing in the classroom, perhaps it's time to transition. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Never let anybody blackmail you to remain in the classroom. Don't let them tell you do it for the children. Oh yeah, you to come inside the class and do it for the children, yeah? So if you're going to remain in the class, make sure that you're giving it your absolute best. But if you've gotten to a point in your life where you feel like, I'm done with the classroom and I want to transition, either temporarily or permanently, that's totally fine. So in the Classroom to Boardroom, we're going to be looking at what are the different opportunities that exist in different industries. How can I prepare for interviews? How can I write and put forward a fantastic CV or a portfolio and a cover letter? How do I negotiate? Because out of 100 teachers, I find maybe only 10 understand that you need to be able to negotiate for a raise. Nobody's just going to look at you with compassion. They're not running charities. So nobody's thinking about how to raise your salaries, but you need to be the one to be able to advocate for yourself. So what are the things you need to know as you go to a negotiation table? Another thing you're going to be learning in the course is exploring entrepreneurial opportunities. Because for some people, you may not be able to land your new job in the next 6 months, but there are a lot of things that you can do while you're waiting for that dream job. And finally, how to build your confidence and crush imposter syndrome. I feel like this imposter syndrome thing is an adult invention to just keep people under. Yeah, if anybody deserves it, you do. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to share this with any teacher that you know that needs this. Like and subscribe to this fantastic channel. This is just the beginning and we have loads more of exciting things for you.